Hey guys, Corey here. So just have a couple announcements for this week. The first thing I wanted to remind you guys is that the final is coming up in a little over a week. The final opens on Monday, July 25th, and it closes that Friday, July 29th. So we have next week, which is our final week. I can't believe we're already at week 7. And then the following week is the final. So if you are taking this class for credit, then you will need to take it as proctored, just like you did with the midterm. If you are not taking this class for credit, then you don't need to take it proctored, also just like the midterm. I am going to open up a new thread on the discussion board, so if you guys have any questions, please feel free to post them there. I'll do my best with the technical questions. I'm really there for content-related questions. I know some of you guys had technical questions for the midterm. I tried to help you the best that I could, but hopefully if you had any problems with technical issues, those have been resolved already. Also, the evaluation for the class is coming up. You guys should be getting it this upcoming week, and that will be a separate email. We would really appreciate it if you take the time to fill that out. I promise you, we go through each response, each comment. We did it for the spring and we made some changes for the summer to make this class better for you guys. So any feedback that you have, we would greatly appreciate it. And then, we can try and see what we can do for the fall class. We'll be offering this again in the fall. So if there are things that you like, please say what you like, say what works. If there's things that you think we could improve on, please provide that constructive criticism. We want to make this class great, but we can only do that with your feedback. So if you could fill out that evaluation, that would be really helpful. As we get a little bit closer to the end of the semester, or not the semester, I guess the course, I'm also going to post a thread on the discussion board. If there's more sort of qualitative feedback that you'd like to give on the class, or stories you'd like to share, or anything that wasn't covered in the evaluation that you'd really like to add, it's just really helpful for us to get those types of comments. So like I said, we can make this class as good as we can. Let's see. So the last thing I wanted to go over was last week's quiz, the week 5 quiz on healthy weight. There was only one question that was commonly missed, and it was regarding that overweight and obesity affect all segments of the population equally. And some of you guys put that that's true, and it's actually false. Overweight and obesity does not affect all segments of the population equally. We touched on this a little bit in the very first week when we talked about population health, and unfortunately, low income and minority populations are at higher risk for overweight and obesity than higher income populations and white populations. Also, in what we discussed this week in week 5, or last week in week 5, especially with genetic influences. So we talked about the thrifty genotype and that some people are genetically more at risk for obesity. Their bodies just tend to hold on to calories more than other people. So if you missed this question and you didn't know why, I just recommend you go back and read over the genetic influences page, and then there's another other influences page, and those go into more details about why some people are affected or have a higher risk of overweight and obesity than others. And that is actually it for this week. And keep up the great work on the discussion board. As always, if you guys have any questions, I got some really interesting questions on immunity this week. And so I love answering your guys' questions and talking to you guys on there. Feel free to post on the discussion board and just mark it as a question so I can make sure to see it. But I scroll through the others in case you forget. I'll be sure to try and see it too. So that's it for this week. I will talk to you guys next week. Bye.